Well, it's 10 p.m. and I've lived with you for long enough. Usually, 10 p.m. means you're installing Linux on something, and so that's what we wanted to start off
Sure.
with on this fun series because there's a lot of awesome electronics. It's the best time to be doing hardware and
Open
open
source
source.
hardware.
And I see a lot of people
Nice.
being crummy to each other, and they just take the joy out of being able to make cool stuff. Friday night we got some techno going.
Bum,
Our
bum, 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 bum.
baby's taking a nap, so we're like, let's put some Linux on some stuff. So what is this?
That's right. Linux is my favorite guy. So this is, I'm trying to get this thread that I saw on ESP32.com, which was this person did like a 21-day challenge to get Linux running on an ESP32 S3, which doesn't have an MMU, but I guess like they figured out some way around it. It looks like, I don't know, there's like some CircuitPython here maybe. I don't know. That's cool.
Yeah.
And they even got Wi-Fi going, although I haven't gotten the Wi-Fi part working yet, because you have to do this huge cross compile. So here is the instructions on doing the cross compile. You install crosstool ng, and there's, you have to build the extensive compiler. So right now I just burned in, let's see, which I did the MPY 8 megabytes flash, and then I think 8 megabytes octal RAM. And that's what it looks like when it boots up. Oh, yeah, let me show this off. So this is an ESP32 S3 Metro. This has 16 megabytes of flash, more than the image. So it's totally, okay, it's only half of the flash memory will be visible. But once I get the cross compiling working, I'll build an image that's, 16 flash, 8 RAM. And then I'm hooked up to the hardware serial port, which is these two pins here. That's different than the RX and TX pins over here, which are the secondary serial, and also different than the native USB serial, which I don't think is supported. So if I hit reset, you'll see over here on the computer, it's booting up Linux. So it's a very minimal build root version of Linux. You're not going to get like all the tools yet. It clearly doesn't run. Let's see. Let me log in. So, you've got your LS, and you can do like DF, and you can do dmessage. You have to like mount the file system over read write, and I haven't really messed with like, okay, how do you, mount the file system? But I think under
Mandatory 9-inch nail sticker.
Yeah, it's been like, it's ls bint. Somewhere here is a copy of MicroPython. Hold on, let me see what it says here. MicroPython, and then let's see, media MicroPython. Let's try that. Media MicroPython. Okay, so import UOS. No tab. US. What's it? It's hard. You're blocking the thing.
Yeah.
Which is fine. We're hackers here. UOS. What was the name of it again? Oh, they don't have the. I keep forgetting that it's different on MicroPython and CircuitPython. But you could do like 1+1. Print. Hi. He's cool.
Okay, so you got Linux on here.
It's Linux, and it's got a version of MicroPython, and so like I don't know if the serial, I2C and SPI are supported, or like what GPI are supported yet. But it would be really cool if this was like running Linux. And then I know there's also a version of this. Again, you have to do the cross compilation to get Wi-Fi going. So do the cross compilation. You're like, oh, what's the big deal? Why don't you just compile it within you're running Windows, use WSL. Won't compile under WSL. And then I was like, well, I could, boot up my Raspberry Pi box and like, okay, I'll just use the Raspberry Pi to compile because it's a Debian. And it's like, that was an hour and a half ago. And it's still going because I think I don't know, maybe they did like a deep clone. And so now I'm installing Debian through VirtualBox. So it's kind of like a whole thing. But like, I mean, how many times have you installed Linux and suddenly it's like 2 hours later, Phil? This is like
I
standard.
started on 16.
Yeah, I mean, like I've
Yeah,
installed Linux on so
I'm
many
still waiting.
ridiculous devices that this is just like standard issue for me. Um, so for today, all I've got is like, okay, I installed the binary, I know it works, but one quick trick for people is always have a Debian install with VirtualBox because so much stuff does not compile under Windows. In particular, the Crosstool NG wouldn't compile because there were spaces in my path, and WSL like has your Windows path in it. Could I have fixed it? Yeah, but it probably would have like caused some other issues. So I thought if I'm going to do multiple compilations, because I'm probably going to keep trying as they do more development on the ESP32 S3 Linux build, having a good working compilation environment is important. So like 6 minutes of Linux.
Okay.
That should be our new
All right.
video. 6 minutes of Linux.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's 10 p.m.
It's 10 p.m.